Okay, could you please, colleagues, turn off your microphones? Please mute yourself. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are thrilled to welcome you to our webinar, first Open Globe Insights webinar, which will last for about an hour. My name is Yerkin Abdurrahim, and I'll be your host for this session. And I'm not alone today, and I'll be hosting this webinar along with my amazing colleagues who are working behind the scenes to ensure everything runs smoothly. And I also like to introduce my colleague, Gulruh Mamat Kasimova from Kyrgyzstan, who will be moderating the chat box throughout the session. So if you have any comments, any questions, if you want to address the questions to the presenter, and you can drop them in the chat, and Gulruh will address these questions to the presenter in the Q&A session. Gulruh will also be as well. She will be facilitating our Q&A session toward the end of the webinar. So please keep your questions coming along. So we'll do our best to answer your questions. And address these questions to our presenter. Now it's time to present our presenter, Ambreen Salman from Pakistan.
All right, thank you so much, Yerkin, for this information.
Ambreen Salman from Pakistan. Ambreen Salman is a passionate learner, teacher and trainer, currently serving as an access teacher and online teacher and trainer in a global learning platform. She holds a master's degree in international relations, a bachelor's degree in computer science, and a second bachelor's degree with majors in international relations, sociology, and economics. Ambreen has completed several open courses and also served twice as a community lead in Open COP. Her achievements have been recognized in the World Bank's IFC report, countries' leading newspapers, Dawn and the News International in the special editions, where she was featured as a success story. Welcome, Ambreen.
Thank you so much, Yerkin.
You are welcome.
There is a back sound. Yeah, would it
Should I go ahead? Should I go ahead with my presentation? Okay, Yerkin. Can all of the participants please mute yourself? All right. So thank you so much, Yerkin, for the complete introduction. I think now there is no need for me to give my further introduction, but still I would like to give a little brief info. The topic of today's Open Global Insight is the use of the latest AI tools in language learning. Well, as an educator and as teachers also, we are very well aware the use of a very high-tech, I can say, IT tools nowadays, which emphasizes totally on AI. Well, I must reiterate that we as educators can't be replaced by AI technology because at the end of the day, we surely need humans interaction, and we surely need a teacher, a guide, a mentor instead of machines. As we all know that computer is a machine, so to let this machine work smoothly, we always need a human help. Now, as per today's topic is about latest AI tools. As we all know that there are hundreds and hundreds of AI tools coming in every day. Recently, as you all know that at the end of Ramadan and at the beginning of the Eid celebrations, we have seen there was a very famous tool with the name of Ghibli. Well, I haven't used it yet because everyone was using that tool, and they were changing their profile pictures, and they were using it very frequently, but very few of the people were well aware of the negative impacts of using that tool as well. Whenever we are using any new tool, any AI tool, so it is very important to think for a while about its pros and cons as well. So there came a time that the person who launched that tool had to request everyone that please minimize the rule so that our work pressure could minimize as well. So that is one of the negative part of using any AI tool. Well, that was my brief introduction that already Yerkin has mentioned in the beginning of this webinar. I'm from Karachi, Pakistan. I'm an access teacher. I'm a teacher and trainer. I'm a member of TESOL Association as well, and I have attended TESOL International Convention virtually and TESOL Elevate also virtually at the time of COVID. And I can say myself as a lifelong learner because in addition to teacher, I always consider myself as a learner. And Alhamdulillah, here I would recognize the contributions of our respected Open COP members, including Yerkin, Odera, and one more very active member, Nahala Nasser, and Fajruddin Akbar also, that who continuously shares resources and professional development opportunities with the fellow participants so that we can also enhance our skills accordingly. So that was my brief introduction. In my free time, I enjoy reading, experimenting with new recipes, and of course, gardening and plantation is my hobby as well. And before starting this webinar, I would like to have a small ice-breaking activity with you all. I know that most of you teachers are already using some AI tools besides using AI apps as well. As you all know, that we have some wonderful apps who have launched in the last 2 years for the teachers, and they are correctly justifying the presence of those tools as well, like Magic School AI, or recently we have seen Khan Mingo as well. So these are full-fledged apps for designed basically for educators, for teachers, and for students. But here I would ask you that share one tool you frequently use in language learning and teaching and describe how you use it. So I am just copying a Padlet link in the chat box so that you can click on this link and you can write the answer. And I will be showing your answers on the screen in a while. All right, so I would request the participants to click this link in the chat box.
Yes, please.
And here's
dear participants, you join the link, please. So you can describe your favorite AI tool or technology tool.
Share any one AI tool you can, or one or more than one tool you use frequently in your language learning and teaching, if you are using it. Otherwise, not necessary that you have used it before. If you know the name, yes, you can mention the name as well. I'm stopping this presentation for a while to move towards Padlet page. So I'll be showing your answers that you all participants will be given. So here's the Padlet screen in which you can see the positive sign, the plus sign at the end of this page. I can show you by highlighting this plus sign at the bottom of the right bottom side. You can click this plus sign and you can type your answers accordingly. And here's the question once again, if you can see on the screen, that share one AI tool you frequently use in language learning and teaching. Oh, wonderful. I can see Hershey's Goldfish answers ideogram. Very good. I would request the participant to write their name as well so that we can know that who is giving the answer. Can I have some more replies? Here, you can also
sorry, Ambreen, mostly participants have submitted their answers into the chat box.
Okay,
if you wish, I may read.
Wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful. So that I can read the chat box as well. Wow.
Yeah, quizzes, Kahoot, Padlet.
Yeah,
I can say that
Paradise
Quizzes and
application,
Kahoot were
Gamma.
already there before the launch of this AI tool. But when this AI technology launched, most of the apps incorporated AI tools in their, you can say that already well-established websites. So previously, we can say that these were the famous websites, Quizzes, Kahoot, and other related websites. But now we can proudly say that these are also AI-supported tools and websites. I use Padlet as online board. Very good. Charades application, Gamma. All right. Someone mentioned Gamma. Can you see that my presentation is also, I have designed this presentation using Gamma today. Very good if someone has mentioned Gamma.
yeah, Gamma is a great one. It's also a great one.
Exactly.
I,
And
I,
it
I
took a
also
very,
use it, Gamma.
yeah. So it took a
It,
very
it,
less
it, it
time.
makes wonders.
Sure. We have some more replies like Classroom Screen, Kahoot, Word Wall, Learning Apps, Woolclap, and ideogram.ai. Thank you very much, all the participants, for these replies. So I can say that most of the participants already using some wonderful AI apps and tools. So again, I'll get back to my presentation. Here were we. Okay. So if you can see at the bottom of my presentation, it has, we mentioned over here that made with Gamma. So yes, this presentation was made with Gamma. Moving on, I would firstly explain that young people use AI too. Why do we use AI? So what our young generation would say about that, that there is a small finding that I have taken from Common Sense Education website. These are the recent stats of 2024 in which, let me enlarge the screen. Okay, so it says that 8% are using for something else, but mostly our youngsters are using, 46% of our youngsters are using AI tools to get help with schoolwork. 31% are using for making pictures or images. As we know that as language teachers, we frequently use pictures description for exercises and for grammar related activities as well. So 31% of our people are using AI tools to make pictures and images. 15% are using to write code, like coders and programmers and software developers. And 17% are taking help in their job related queries as well. Like recently, one of my friends, she went to Spain and she was asking that what are some website that you can suggest that I should visit for getting job. So I simply asked her to just go to the chat GPT and ask there, just write your query, mention your city name, mention your area name, mention your job description and requirements, and you will get the job advertisements accordingly. So see how chat GPT has facilitated us in so many ways, that not only in education we can get the help in getting job as well. And 51% of our people are using it to brainstorm ideas, 16% are making sounds or music using AI tools. And now I would come to another important point, that why people are not using AI tools. So one of three young people surveyed, that survey is telling us that out of three, there are 1% people are also over there who are not using AI because of these different reasons. That they don't think AI is helpful to them. And some of them think that AI is associated with cheating and stealing the work of others, like plagiarism. And they don't know how to use AI tools. Like the people over 50 and 60, they are finding it difficult to use AI tools frequently, just of some complexities regarding their mobile phones as well, or in laptop settings. Otherwise, most of the people, I can say 50 or 60% of the people are now frequently using different AI tools in their lives. And some of the people are concerned about privacy and sharing information. They don't want to share their devices data with anyone. That's why they are avoiding AI tools. And some people think that the findings are inaccurate and biased. Yes, to some extent we can say that. And some people don't think that AI would be fun to use. Some people are considering AI as a very serious threat to their privacy as well. And most of the people, especially in our country, Pakistan, where the literacy rate is quite lower than other countries, the people are not having access to internet and access to AI tools or mobile devices as well, especially the people who are living in agricultural areas or in villages and small areas. And some people are not using AI at all due to some other reasons. Now coming to our educational part, well, there are hundreds and hundreds of AI tools, but few of the AI tools I found interesting as an educator or for our education educators community. Number one is, of course, ChatGPT, which is very frequently used nowadays. It helps to create and text, language tasks, and the related things. Even sometimes when I want to take test of my math student, I simply mention the lesson name, the book name, the chapter name, and I simply ask ChatGPT to design an assessment for my these great students. I want 10 questions and also provide answer key at the end. So that's how ChatGPT instantly create a quiz for me, a mathematics quiz for me during the class. Otherwise, there are a lot of, I can say, help I can take in my language classes as well. Like sometimes I want to describe a picture. For example, I will switch the screen and I will share a ChatGPT screen with you. That recently we have our access class activities, and there we performed a lot of activities, including plantation drive and wall painting activities. And in those activities, we took some pictures as well. And after the completion of those activities, I simply one day I was randomly checking the pictures of my students in my phone, and I asked my students that let's take the help of ChatGPT to describe those pictures. So that's how I created another interactive activity for my student. How? By the use of ChatGPT. So if you could see the screen, this is my ChatGPT screen, and I have given the option. I have given this, I gave this prompt to ChatGPT that please describe the picture focusing on the surrounding environment and the students' engagement in a paragraph of 150 words. I asked ChatGPT to write a paragraph about this picture of 150 words. And after that, identify any difficult vocabulary words and create a list with their meanings suitable for 8th grade students. In my access class, I usually have students from 8th grade onwards till 12th grade. So you can see the students are doing plantation activity in their access classes. And finally, I asked ChatGPT to design a quiz consisting of 10 MCQs at the end and complete it with an answer key. So what ChatGPT has done with this picture, it took this picture, this is the plantation activity, and it created this interesting picture description. Oh, that was wonderful for my student. And my students really enjoyed that, how the picture was thoroughly described by using ChatGPT. So that was exactly they did on the plantation day, school activity. So that was really wonderful for my students, that it shows that the background shows a boundary wall and several tall trees and something like that. Like see how ChatGPT beautifully described the pictures. So sometimes we attempt the activities, we reverse the activities, like mostly in our books, we have got the pictures and we have to write the picture description. But this time what I did that I gave the picture to the ChatGPT and asked it to describe the picture. So this is how you can incorporate different interesting activities in your class. Now comes to the quiz. That not only it took out the picture description, it found difficult vocabulary with meanings for 8th grade students. Now see how beautifully it took out the difficult words and the meanings. And then not only this, ChatGPT designed a wonderful quiz for me as well. So this quiz I took during the class, and students really enjoyed the quiz. Well, I hide the answers, but this interesting activity, you see, it hardly took me several minutes only to design this interesting language-based activity for my student by just using their plantation activity picture. So that was one of the wonderful use I thought to share with my fellow teachers, that that's how you can think and idealize and design different activities for your language classes students. All right, getting back to my presentation. So now, see, there are a lot of tools. I was telling about ChatGPT. And there are some other tools as well, like this is Gamma. Well, Gamma is the same thing in which I'm presenting right now. For creating images, Leonardo, these tools are specifically for teachers, for educators, for students. And for transcribing audio, like if students are sending you voice notes and they want that this voice note to be converted into text, then you can use Nota AI. Well, CapCut is very common, and one latest AI tool my students discovered is the Pictree as well. So this Pictree is also very interesting, and I will be telling in a while that how did I use this Pictree app to help my students in their language activity. This purple jellyfish is basically Pictree. And to creating mind maps, we had Chetmind. To create logos, we have Recraft for art teachers. And for travel plan and some other features as well, we can use Gemini or Gemini. And this is how we can use different tools in our classes. All right. So now I would like to share. Can you see my screen here, Ken? I think
I can see you.
sharing.
Yes, I can see you.
All right.
Now we
All
can
right,
see
can you
your
see my
screen as
screen?
well.
Okay. So there, besides these tools, there are some other interesting tools also. Like recently, I've discovered YouLearn.ai that summarize big lessons of YouTube videos, and it is also very good, especially for science students. Not only for English language students, it is good for literature students as well. That it's just what if you can give any Shakespeare's drama or an interesting story to your student, they can just simply watch the YouTube story and they can this tool, YouLearn.ai, can formulate the summaries, the question answers, the description, the sketches of different characters as well. So this YouLearn AI is also very interesting tool. And it is mostly used for our language learning based activities. Another tools are Heijin and DIDI, which are also very interesting for students. That recently some of my students have used this Heijin and DID for a language based activity, which I'm telling you in another minute. As I have told you that Magic School and Khan Mingo are also very interesting tools, and they are a complete app, an educational website. Basically, Magic School was also launched as an educational website, but later on they have incorporated AI tools, and now it is BasicSchool.ai, and Khan Academy is also incorporated as an AI version as Khan Mingo. And these are very genuine AI tools that is nowadays students of especially higher classes, higher secondary or college and university students are using it very frequently. All right, now I would come towards a very interesting activity that I've mentioned at OpenCOP as well in my interest community page, as I am the COP of interest community. That's why I have mentioned about this activity a few days ago, in which I have told about the reading challenge of my students, that how I incorporated a reading challenge practice during the break of my students, of my 6th class students, and how they were reading few pages of their suggested books every week. And after 7 days, they had to submit the outcome of that reading storytelling or any book reading learning. So what they did that they were reading every week, they were reading few pages. They took out the vocabulary, they were making the sentences, and then they send a voice note through the WhatsApp, our class WhatsApp group, where they uploaded their voice note summaries every week. I wanted to do this activity through voice note. Why? Because some of them are very hesitant to speak. So what I did that during their break, I wanted to enhance their speaking ability. As you know that in my country, English is not their first language. English is their second language. The first language is basically Urdu and Sindhi. So that's why I emphasized them to speak up, because there were few students who always found difficult for them to speak during the class sessions. So I incorporated this activity especially for those students who really felt hesitant to speak up during the class. So this was a small activity, and I have mentioned about this activity in my Open COP page as well. While at the end of this paragraph, I mentioned that while the influx of the audio files was increasing and my inbox was also always full with the activities, with the voice notes coming in, but I really found it beneficial for my students regarding their learning aspects. Okay, so that was a Access reading challenge. And what was the outcome of that reading challenge? I wanted to share with my fellow educators. Now see, my inbox was always full. Section B Access class. If you can see the screen, there are some messages coming in. And there were some student leaders, you can say monitors, that who were sending reminders to the student that please submit your weekly task in a timely manner. And this is how the voice recordings were coming in my inbox every weekend. So now few of the students, what they did, what was the next step after this? So I plan to incorporate an AI thing in this project, in this activity. So what I did, that I asked few of my students to find any AI tool that help convert their voice notes into the picture description or a video. So one of the very few intelligent students, they just investigated that how we can incorporate AI in this activity. So they came up with these two brilliant tools. Number one is Pic3, and another one is InVideo or Animoto. These two were very, I can say, excellent tools for activity related to my Access class task. That I was having voice note of my students, and I wanted my students to convert those voice notes into a story with, you can say a story or a video that was basically created by my own students. They can say proudly that yes, we created that video. So what I did, that I use Pic3 myself as well, and a few of my students also use this Pic3 app. They uploaded their voice notes and they picked the images from either from internet, or there were, if I can show you, here is the Pic3 screen. I've taken the screenshot of this Pic3 screen, that when Aisha sent her voice notes recordings, what Aisha did, that she first used the feature that transcribed her audio. So this is how her audio was transcribed in this app. Now see, Aisha was speaking, and this tool was automatically transcribing the audio file into a word description. Okay. And then Aisha selected some images that were already available in this Pic3 app of Harry Potter. Her story was basically Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This is how she picked some of the images, she put in the video, and then what was the outcome? I wanted to show you quick outcome of this activity so that you can also incorporate this activity in your class. So the app was Pic3, and I would again share the audio of two of my students. That is a very short audio video file. Yes, here, can you want to say something?
No, that you are doing great job. You can go on. You are doing great job.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So should I continue showing you the outcome of
Yes.
this activity? Yes. Okay.
I
So
will sum
again,
up.
all right. First, I would be showing you a video which was
Hello,
created
today I'm
by
here
my
to explain the
student
summary.
Aliba, and then I'll be showing another video. So this student was Alishba. Basically, she now you see that this is how you build your trust in your students as well. That I have asked my students to find out the best, you can say the best app to help in this activity. So one of my student, Alishba, she made this video by picking up the images from internet and putting up in her audio file. This is her WhatsApp audio file, and that's how she created her video. So I'll be sharing this quick video. This is a few seconds It won't be taking much time. And I'm playing this video. Although their speaking is not very clear, but they tried their level best to speak in English.
Hello, today I'm here to explain the summary of the play The Merchant of Venice, written by Shakespeare. Antonio, a wealthy merchant, feels sad but doesn't know why. His friends Salarino and Solanio suggest that he might be worried about his ships at sea, but Antonio denies this. They joke that he must be in love, which he also denies. Soon, Bassanio, Antonio's best friend, arrives with Gratiano and Lorenzo. Gratiano advises Antonio to be more cheerful after the others leave. Bassanio's tell Antonio he wants to marry Portia, a wealthy lady, but he lacks the money to impress her. Antonio, whose wealth is tied up in the trade.
I hope you found this very interesting, as my students really enjoyed making this video. And now see, this is how you engage your students to involve or deep dive into that activity. And I can simply ask them to just go and watch this video, The Merchant of Venice, through any YouTube channel or through any video recording. But see, this is the effort that was involved in creating a wonderful masterpiece. For my students, this is a wonderful masterpiece, especially for access students who are coming from a, you can say, not very rich background. They are from some undeserved community, but still they were trying their level best to incorporate latest AI tools in their learning and their language, you can say, language building as well. So another video I also want to share, that is also a very quick video by Aisha. Yes,
My name is Aisha, and here's some.
she used that Pictory app, and I'm again sharing it, and then we will get back to her presentation. So
My name is Aisha, and here's a summary of.
uh, now see that Aisha not only created this video, she asked that AI tool to insert the transcribed as well, transcribed feature as well. So this video was made with Pictory.ai, if you can see on the screen in the top left corner. And it not only made this video, but put the transcribed in English as well. And in the previous video in Shakespeare, The Merchant of Venice, my student Alishba used music as well. I am sure that you must be listening some background music of Shakespeare's plays as well. But here in this video, Aisha has used some of the customized features of Pictory.ai, in which she was already having some Harry Potter's pictures, although these pictures were not very refined ones. This was the work of a student. That's why not having some excellent results, but I am happy that at least they tried their level best.
The first 3 pages of my book, The Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The Dursleys, it's a surname. The Dursleys, a normal family. They were very proud of being ordinary and normal. They were live on a private drive. In a stormy night, strange things happened with them. Owls fly overhead, and a group of mysterious people in weird dresses whisper to each other. They were trying to ignore these weird events, but in midnight, two people meet on the street, Mr. Professor and Hagrid. They were talking about the Potter's family who were killed by a bad wizard, but their baby Harry is still alive. Hagrid brings baby Harry and leaves him at the Dursleys' house with a letter.
Now see how beautifully this student has converted her WhatsApp voice note into a short clip of her story, her favorite story, which is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This is how we encourage students to incorporate latest learning tools in their learning. Not only students, but even I was learning a lot along with my students. So considering myself as a lifelong learner, this was a very wonderful experience that I wanted to share with my fellow teachers, so that you can also incorporate in the same manner. And I urge my students to investigate themselves as well. Now you see that these two tools were discovered by my students, not by me. So that was a beautiful part of teaching, that you sometimes you learn from your students as well. So I wanted to share my this beautiful learning with my fellow teachers in today's webinars. So this was Pictree and Animato, and this was my students' work. Okay, again in presentation mode, and yes, that was the plantation activity. Yes. So here I would end my presentation, and I would urge you all that if you have any question answer related to this webinar or this these interesting tools, you can simply ask me either in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and speak out.
Wow, wow. Thank you, Ambreen. Thank you for presenting such a, great presentation with us. Thank you again for agreeing to present on our first webinar on the segment of Open Globe Insights. So you've done a great job by explaining, and your students are amazing. So, Gulruh, do we have any questions in the chat box to address Ambreen?
No, not yet. So just
any comments?
thanks. Yeah, participants are sending thanks. It was a great presentation. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, I would thank you all again. Well, I still have time, so I want to show you one more thing.
I have question, Ambreen, for you. I have
yes,
question.
please, yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Ambreen, and you know, as I see you now, you are it's a lot master of AI here, and you've done some projects with your students. Ambreen, how do you balance traditional? Let me paraphrase. Not traditional. How do you balance the using the technology AI with just the classes with no technology, with no AI? How do you usually use AI in your classes?
Yes, sure. As you also know, Yerkin, that access students are basically, they are from such community that who can't afford much on internet resources and getting net connections and latest devices as well. But you see, most of my students are having cell phones. Not with them, but at home with their parents, with their elder siblings. As now I can see that even a small vegetable vendor, or you can say that any person from a labor community as well, they are keeping a mobile phone at least at their homes, or at least one of the family member is I have noticed that necessarily they are having a mobile phone. So well, as far as WhatsApp messages are concerned, yes, they have sent me the WhatsApp messages frequently every week, but for the use of these AI tools, only few of my students, or not all of them, only few of my students have used these tools so far. But I have planned that after their exam break as well, like currently they are having their school exams and they will get back, I think so next week, they will be resuming their access classes. So I am planning to take all my students in the computer lab of the school where I am teaching them. Well, it's not a school, it's a university campus where we are having facilities of labs, and we are having a free facility of using internet as well, for especially for access students. So I can say that Alhamdulillah, US Consulate Karachi is providing a maximum facilitation for access students so that they can get the maximum benefit of their learning also. Although in the beginning, when I started the taking access classes, the students were not very well aware of using mobile phones frequently, and they were a bit reluctant to use or download some AI tools in their mobile phones as well. That, oh, how do we do without permission of my parents? But I ensure that no, if you are having internet facility during the school hours, so I urge them to bring their mobile phones in the class, and sometimes we play Kahoot quizzes in the class, and sometimes I show them, you see, I involve them in Padlet activities also, and sometimes they attempted quizzes in the, you see, Magical School app as well. So I emphasize them to get with the flow. I mean, go with the flow that where the world is heading, because you see, there are a lot of students of mine who were applying in YES program also, in other scholarships program also, and it was very necessary for them to get equipped of um, latest technological trends as well to appear in the interviews and in the you see, application process. So my responsibility was to upgrade my students who were belonging to not to very rich community, but I can say they are uh, middle income, middle class families. But my focus, beside their financial status, beside their, you can see any of the negativities they were absorbing from the society. I know that in Pakistan it is very hard for people to survive, especially of this community. But it's still, I wanted to make my student happy, and I wanted to get the best thing, the best tool for them, the best resources for them. Uh, Although I can say that they are not intellectually very mature to use such things, but my focus uh, uh, is that to make them eligible enough so that you can so that they can apply in further exchange programs in the future, and they can get the highest or latest education, and they should know that where the world is heading right now. So it is very important for me as a teacher as well, and for them as a student as well, to know that where the world is heading, despite ignoring their financial status, despite ignoring their current circumstances, in which sometimes they have no electricity, sometimes they have no water at home, and sometimes due to a law, due to some um, a question of law enforcement as well, that sometimes the areas they are living in, it's not very peaceful. So despite having so many difficulties, I can say that I am trying to give my best, and I am trying my students to get the best. So this is my answer, Yerkin.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Ambreen. Yes, that's great that you are meeting the students' needs, and of course, not everybody is equal. So everybody has different incomes and some problems, and I mean, social, psychological, with some. I mean, a lot of, yes, can be like consequences. But you of course consider all of these aspects. Thank you for answering my question, Ambreen. We can accept one more question. Dear participants, if you have any questions, you can even unmute yourself and ask your question. We can have one more question, please. Any volunteers? Okay. If we don't have any questions, I would like to thank again dear Ambreen Salman, our guest from Pakistan. Thank you for your incredible presentation for our participants. Of course, we will also, we are recording the session and we will upload on our Facebook page. So maybe you have any questions, you can ask Ambreen under the post, under the recording. So you can ask anytime. And I'm sure Ambreen is also one of our followers on Facebook page. So I'm sure she will answer your question. Okay, let me wrap up and make some announcements for our upcoming presentations. Ambreen, can you let me share my screen?
Oh, sure. I'm closing my presentation. And thank you once again, Yerkin, and all the respected and esteemed team members, Gurro, Nodera. You guys are connected, especially Nodera is also connected, and Yerkin is also connected to social media channels as well. And they are very active participants of OpenCOP. And thank you once again for giving me the chance to present at one of this important event, I can say, Open Globe Insights. Thank you once again. Yerkin, you can go ahead.
You are welcome. You are welcome. You are always welcome. And I'm sure this is not your last presentation for us.
Sure, I would love to continue in the future as well, and I would be looking forward for some great events and great meetups also.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ambreen.
Okay, dear colleagues, let me make some announcements, upcoming webinars. So on April 18th at 7 p.m. Tashkent time, within the Educator Connect special webinar segment, we'll hear from Zeynep Suleymankulova from Kyrgyzstan. She will be presenting on Think, Write, Reflect, effective strategies for generating and organizing ideas in writing. A must attend for anyone looking to boost their writing instruction strategies. As you know, this month is assessment and the feedback month. So, and its guest expert of the month is Mubarak Hazratkulova from Uzbekistan. And on April 25th, she will be conducting a webinar for our attendees, for our participants on assessment and feedback at 7 p.m. Tashkent time. This is a fantastic chance to reflect on how we assess learning and provide meaningful feedback. Looking ahead to May, we have another lineup of webinars. First, Fajaruddin Akbar from Indonesia, one of our active members on the Open COP, will present on exploiting generative AI personalized learning material. A practical and exciting session for any teacher wanting to personalize their instruction using generative AI. On May 26, for another special webinar featuring Jumadullah Khairullayev, who will bring fresh energy. He's from Kazakhstan. He will bring fresh energy with fun icebreakers in English classes. This session will be packed with creative ideas to kick off your lessons with joy and connection. And finally, to wrap up the month with our May guest expert webinar, Burulsun Ayılchiva from Kyrgyzstan, who will be presenting on instructional methods and classroom techniques, cognitive approaches, a deep dive into effective and brain-friendly teaching practices. So please join these webinars, dear participants. And you can also be a part of these excitement segments. Please, applications are open, so you can apply for the month of August. As we have posted before, we posted that in July and August, Open Central Asia COP will be on vacation. So please, you have a lot of time for preparation, and please, applications are open. You can be a part of these segments as well. The links have already been shared on our chat box of this session. And you can also links to follow our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We haven't shared the link to WhatsApp group because there only open alumni are welcomed. This is a special group, so if you are an open alumni, please you can reach out to us. We will share the link with you and we'll add you to the group. So again, thank you, dear Ambreen Salman, our amazing presenter, for presenting such a wonderful presentation. So thank you again, and thank you to my colleagues for moderating the chat box, Gulruh, and all my colleagues behind the scene. Thank you again.
You're most welcome, Yurkin, Nodera, Golrok, and all the esteemed members. I am really delighted to conduct this session with you all and sharing my little piece of knowledge with you all. Thank
You're
you once
welcome.
again
You're
for
welcome.
inviting me.